My name is Jordan Peldiak. I'm from the Tarrant County 4-H Youth Development Program and the Prairie View A&M Cooperative Extension Program. So today we're just going to go over the important aspects of the natural water cycle. All right. So we know that all water is recycled and reused, and these are all the important steps to show how all of the different water sources we have, whether that be rivers, oceans, water vapor, all of those things are acting together to be able to work and recycle each other to be able to work within our world. Okay, so we're going to start over here. The first process is where our water comes from the oceans. So you can see here that the ocean water gets brought up into the clouds through condensation. So water comes up from the ocean, goes into the clouds as condensation. Okay, and that condensation moves into our atmosphere. So those clouds are up here and now they're filled with water, all right? And once it moves through the atmosphere and it is ready to drop the rain, that is going to come down as precipitation. So that's going to be when it rains outside. That could also be when it rains and it's cold enough and that turns to ice and snow. So you can see here that could even be a thunderstorm. If it's higher elevations, it could be ice and snow. And that will be our next step, okay? Like I said, in some of those higher elevations, it can be snow melt runoff once it hits the ground, all right? And then what's going to happen is a lot of that precipitation, a lot of that rain, and also some of the snow is going to go into the ground. So a lot of that water is going to hit into the ground and infiltrate into our soil, all right? And all that water will turn into groundwater. Okay, some of that groundwater will kind of move into different areas, such as off lakes or different springs, and it's called seepage. So you can see some of that groundwater flow won't always steadily go through the ground, but it can come off into some of these other locations. A lot of the groundwater, though, will make itself all the way back into our oceans or our lakes. All right, so you can see all that water there, all the way back into the oceans. When we're looking at some of the other things that are happening during the water cycle, you can see evaporation. That's similar to condensation, where the water is evaporating and it can go back into the clouds. Plant uptake, that's where there's moisture coming from the plants and that can go back up into our atmosphere. Surface runoff, so that could be, if it snowed, there could be frozen snow on top of the surfaces, and once it melts, it runs off, and that can end up in our rivers or oceans. Deposition, that is going to be the water vapor in the air that then goes down to the surface, and it may freeze. Sublimation is the opposite of that, so it may be condensation or water that's already on the ground, and then it rises up into the air, turns into water vapor, and then it freezes. Okay, so that's just an overview of the water cycle and how all the different water sources work together and produce our world. So thank you guys for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it.